High school was a whirlwind of new classes, changing friendships, and crowded hallways, but for Mia Collins, it all felt a little brighter when she saw Sam Martinez. They'd been in the same grade since middle school but had never really talked. He was always surrounded by friends, easily laughing at jokes, and had this way of making everyone feel at ease. Sam was on the school soccer team, known for scoring the winning goals and wearing that lopsided grin after each game. Mia, on the other hand, was the quiet girl who sat in the back of the room, doodling in her notebook and dreaming of studying art in college. She preferred the company of her closest friends, talking about books and movies and exchanging silly stories in the lunchroom. But ever since junior year started, she noticed that Sam's smile was the first thing her eyes looked for when she walked into school. It started with little things, catching his eye when she was at her locker and feeling her cheeks flush when he nodded a friendly "hey" in passing. But one day, it went beyond that. Their English teacher assigned a group project on Shakespeare, and as luck would have it, Mia and Sam were paired up. Mia's heart thudded as she walked to the library after school for their first meeting. She told herself it was just a project, just another assignment, but when Sam walked in, his hair damp from soccer practice and his grin easy, she could hardly keep from staring. "Hey, Mia," he said, pulling out a chair. "I'm glad we're partners. I was hoping for someone who knows what they're doing." He winked and Mia's stomach flipped. They talked about Romeo and Juliet, sharing ideas and laughing over the silliest plot points. Sam joked about how he'd probably be the friend who accidentally ruins everything, and Mia surprised herself by teasing back, "At least you'd do it with style." Their library meetings became regular, each one filled with more laughter and easier conversation. Sam would tell her stories about his teammates and the chaos of practices, while Mia shared her sketches and talked about her dream of visiting art galleries in New York. She was surprised at how interested he seemed, asking questions and nodding thoughtfully. One afternoon, as the late autumn sun filtered through the library windows, Sam leaned back in his chair and said, "You know, you're different from most people I know. It's like you see things in this special way." Mia's eyes widened in surprise, and for a moment, neither of them spoke. The sound of pages turning and whispers filled the space between them. "Thanks," she managed, her voice softer than she intended. "I guess I just try to see the beauty in things." Sam's smile changed then, becoming something warmer, less practiced. "Well, you're good at it." He looked at her for a second longer before glancing back at their project notes, leaving Mia with her heart racing. As the weeks passed, Mia found herself looking forward to those library sessions more than anything. The project was almost done, but the thought of not having those moments made her chest feel tight. Then, just before their final presentation, Sam asked if she'd like to come to one of his games. "It'd be cool to have someone cheering just for me," he said, eyes bright. Mia showed up that Friday, standing at the edge of the field, bundled up in her scarf as the air turned crisp. When Sam spotted her from the field, he waved, his grin making her stomach do flips. He played with even more energy than usual, scoring a goal and pointing up at the stands where Mia stood. Her friends giggled beside her, nudging her knowingly. After the game, as everyone was heading home, Sam jogged over, still catching his breath. "I'm glad you came," he said, cheeks flushed from the cold. Before she could say anything, he added, "Maybe we could hang out sometime that's not for school?" Mia's face lit up with a smile, heart pounding so hard she could barely hear the noise of the crowd around them. "Yeah, I'd like that," she said. And as they walked away, the night around them full of chatter and the warm glow of stadium lights, Mia realized that maybe first crushes weren't just about butterflies, they were about the moments that made you feel seen. And the possibility that something more could be just beginning.
Like, share and follow for more Fiction Fusion story.